Hello again, welcome back to Father and Son Investing. Today we're going to be talking about using the gift box feature from Treasury Direct in order to get around that $10,000 limit on I-bonds. So if you're one of those people who's already bought $10,000 worth, or you know someone who has already bought $10,000 worth and is wanting to buy more at the current 9.62% interest rate, here's the way you can get around that. We're going to utilize the gift box. Now, what I'll be telling you about today is something that I have read about within the Code of Federal Regulations. That's a really riveting read if you've never read it. It comes from Title 31, and we're looking at Part 363 of, you can see here, Subtitle B, Chapter 2, Subchapter A. And this is the regulations governing securities held in Treasury Direct, which is where you buy your I-bonds or Series EE bonds. Now, one important thing here within this particular section of the code is what they call special terms that you need to know about to understand this part. Now, one of the terms that we're going to look at here is delivery. We see that delivery means moving a minimum amount of $25 consisting of principal and proportionate interest of a security held as a gift from the account of the purchaser to the account of the recipient. Those gifts are held in your gift box. The other term we're going to look at here is the term gift, and that means a Treasury security purchased or transferred to an intended recipient without consideration. It is a gift. You can't expect something in return for this gift. And lastly, we'll just look at the term recipient. We're talking about means the person to whom a gift is given. Now we're going to move down to subpart C of this particular section of the code, which governs Series EE and Series I book entry savings bonds. Just know that those are the digital types of savings bonds, not the definitive bond, which is a paper bond. Now here's the section that I want to show you where you're going to be able to get around that $10,000 limit. Now, what you'll see here is it says, of course, everybody knows the principal amount of book entry savings bonds that you may acquire in any calendar year is limited to $10,000 for Series E savings bonds and $10,000 for Series I saving bonds. To me, that says you could have 10,000 of each, but Series EE savings bonds are not exactly a hot commodity right now. Now, the next part, paragraph B here, says bonds purchased or transferred as gifts will be included in the computation of this limit for the amount of the recipient, remember that's the person who receives the bond, for the year in which the bonds are delivered. For the year in which the bonds are delivered. Now, here's the thing about buying a gift bond. You're going to be buying it for somebody, but you don't necessarily have to deliver it right away. In fact, you could buy one now and deliver it in 2023. Now, what are some things that you need to know about gift bonds? Well, first of all, they will be held in your gift box, and you can acquire up to $10,000 of gift bonds that you will purchase to give to somebody else, really for as many people as you would like to. We can see an example here where this person has purchased gift bonds for several individuals. One of the nice things about these gift bonds is that they start earning interest right away. For instance, this bond was purchased for $52.09, but its current value is $55.59, and that's because it was earning interest. Another way to be able to see that that's happening is you can see up here that it says total amount of your gifts. In this case, it was $3,602.09, but the current value was worth $3,690.79. So these gifts bonds, number one, start earning interest right away. So you could buy $10,000 worth of a bond for your spouse who may have already purchased $10,000 of their own Series I savings bonds already in this calendar year. You would then hold that bond, that gift bond, for your spouse until 2023 or even beyond, and that gift bond that you purchase now will be getting that fantastic 9.62% interest rate that is currently being offered for Series I savings bonds. When you decide that you're ready to deliver that bond, you simply go to your gift box, which will list all of the gift bonds that you have purchased, and you will click on that bond that you're wanting to deliver. You'll hit submit. It will bring up the details of that bond. You will then go ahead and hit deliver. And the system will then offer you some choices whether you want to deliver the full amount of that gift bond or just deliver a partial amount of it currently. Once you've made that choice, you will just hit submit. Again, it will bring up the details, a chance for you to review what it is you're about to do. When you're ready to, then you will just go ahead and hit submit. And that's it. Your bond then will be delivered to the recipient, and that will then count against their $10,000 in the year that it was delivered. Now, there's some things you need to know about this gift bond. Number one, it's going to be issued in the name of the recipient. This will not be your bond, even though it's being held in your gift box. This will belong to the person whose name is on that bond. You will need to know the Social Security number of the recipient of your gift bond. What else do you need to know? If, God forbid, the purchaser dies before delivering the gift bond, remember you can hold that in your gift box for as long as you want, even up until the bond is expiring. If the purchaser of the gift bond dies before the bond is delivered, that bond still belongs to the person whose name is on the bond, the recipient of the gift, even though it may not have been delivered yet. Now, this strategy works not just for a couple, between spouses, but also for their children. There is a subsection here that talks about rules for purchasing and delivering gift bonds to minors. It says that the Treasury Direct account owner can purchase a savings bond as a gift with a minor as the recipient, and the account owner can deliver a bond purchased as a gift to a minor. The account owner must deliver the security to the minor's linked account. That linked account is a custodial account. It is held by an adult in behalf of the minor, essentially, but that money belongs to the minor. Once it's transferred or delivered as a gift, that money belongs to the minor, even though it's held within a custodial account. All right, the last thing then that some of you may be asking is, well, how do I go about purchasing a gift bond? Let's quickly run through that. The first thing you'll do is log into your own Treasury Direct account. You're going to see that it says Buy and Manage Your U.S. Treasury Securities Online. From here, you'll click Buy Direct. You will scroll down to where it says Savings Bonds. You'll see Series EE and Series I. In this case, we've chosen to purchase Series E savings bonds, but you can do this with Series I savings bonds as well. You'll see up here that if you've purchased for somebody, their name will appear here. If this is a new person that you're going to be purchasing a bond for, you're going to be using the Add New Registration. After you've clicked Add New Registration, you will fill in the details of the recipient of the bond. You will have here several choices to make. You can click Sole Owner or Primary Owner or Beneficiary. If it is the sole owner, it's just one person named on the bond. If it is a primary owner, it's going to have two named people on the bonds. And if you're doing the beneficiary only, that is who will be able to receive this particular bond if the person that you give the bond to were to pass away. Now, once you have entered that information of the gift bond recipient, it's very important that you click down here, this is a gift. Very important that you click that, this is a gift. After that, you can go ahead and hit submit. And then the person that you just entered is going to show up now within this pick list. You would go and hit that drop-down box and be able to choose the new person that you just entered. You will go ahead and enter the details for the purchase amount of the gift bond that you are purchasing. You'll enter the details of how you're going to pay for the bond, and then you will hit submit. It will give you a chance to review what you're about to do. If you like all of the details, then go ahead and hit submit. You will then get a confirmation telling you about the gift bond that you just purchased. This gift bond will show up in your gift box within a few days. Now, one important thing about these gifts is that you have to hold it within your gift box in your Treasury Direct account for at least 5 days. That just gives the government time to process your purchase in case for any reason there's not enough funds within the account that you're pulling the money from. The government can go ahead and cancel this bond before you go ahead and pass it on to the gift recipient. So that's it. That's how you can essentially go about doubling the amount of this incredibly high 9.62% interest rate I bonds that you can get. You purchase your own 10,000, somebody gives you a gift of 10,000, you give someone else a gift of 10,000, you give your children a gift of 10,000 after they already have purchased $10,000 worth. You deliver all of those in 2023 or any time thereafter. Lastly, though, just remember that when they receive that bond, when it's delivered to them, it will count against their $10,000 limit for that calendar year. Now, why might this be a good strategy? Again, it's because you can get that 9.62% on the gift bond. It starts earning interest when you buy it. The other nice thing about it is that 12-month clock of how long that bond has to be held. Remember, there's that minimum time of 12 months. That clock starts when the gift bond is purchased, so that potentially by the time you transfer it, at least several months have already gone away on that clock, or you could just wait the full 12 months and then transfer it to the recipient, who could then just go ahead and redeem the bond if they choose. Now, if this information was helpful for you, please give us a thumbs up. Series I bonds can be a great thing right now. That's at 9.62% interest rate. I anticipate that interest rate will be going down come November 1st, given the way that the Fed has been stopping month-to-month inflation in its tracks. However, remember that when the bond is purchased, it earns the current interest rate for 6 months, and then it will start the next interest rate for the following 6 months. So again, this is still a great chance for you to double up on that 9.62% interest rate on I bonds. Please share this information with a young person in your life. This could be a great gift for a young person and will earn a fantastic interest rate for that first 6 months of the I bond, and still a good interest rate I anticipate for the following 6 months after that. Until next time, enjoy your investing.